First 2 weeks it's been on air. And by the way, it's rattling the left. Take a look.
I should have tried to understand why you voted the crazy way that you did.
And I should have understood that, you want the government to give everybody free health care because you're a good-hearted person who can't do simple math.
Well, people parent differently than they did in your day. Turns out a lot of what you did not work, and some of it was against the law.
Yeah, it's against the law because your generation made everything so PC. Instead of spanking them, you tell them to go over there and think about what they did wrong. You know what they're thinking? I can't believe this loser isn't spanking me.
All right, joining us now, author, attorney David Limbaugh, Fox News contributor Tammy Bruce. Good to see you both.
Hi, guys.
It's incredible. You have movies, look at the movie by Mercy Me, I Can Only Imagine.
Right.
My movie did well. The movie Paul out this weekend. Roseanne's doing well. And you still get the cookie-cutter Hollywood formula.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, look, I think that this is a time where Americans suddenly, I think perhaps because of President Trump, that Americans are feeling safer to be themselves. And they realize that they're not going to be told how to be or what they are or what to expect of themselves. They're tired of being dictated to. And I think that's a freeing for the American people. Now, Hollywood is a business, television's a business. And if you want, they're finding out with Roseanne. I think this is surprising, ABC, though. I think they thought that this was going to be a bone that they would throw to people. This is the same network that canceled Last Man Standing, which made no sense at the time. So I think this is a wake-up call. Whether or not they're willing to throw away their business in order, for their business, for their political model is another thing entirely. But this is a really good sign that Americans, we know what we want. We understand.
They're choosing.
They're choosing, and it's about the power of our consumerism, and it's showing we want to be entertained. We also want a little less politics, and the episodes coming up are going to be maybe a little less political. But this is very exciting, and it's good for the American people. And if you want to succeed in television, I think you better start listening to everyone who doesn't live in Malibu or Manhattan.
It's really well said. David Limbaugh, you live in the heartland. It's funny because you watch Jimmy Kimmel, and this is why I'm literally drawing a line in the sand. Bullying a first lady who's reading to children, and he likes to consider himself the great moral arbiter of everything. And I've had it with all of them. Because as a group, you see never-ending attacks and never-ending hypocrisy here. And on this show, I will do it. I don't know many other people that are willing to take this on, but I'll take it on every night because it needs to be addressed.
Sean, the left has contempt for flyover country, and their policies are divorced from the results that their policies produce. For their stated goals. They claim they care about the blue-collar worker. They say Trump only pretends to care about the blue-collar worker when, in fact, he's fulfilling his campaign promises for the blue-collar workers. And the liberals are the ones who only care about the votes. See, they're in this projection mode. Obama tried to bankrupt the coal industry. The left doesn't care about that. But look at the contempt they show in Hollywood. They have all these shows that denigrate Christian and traditional morality. And then you have Roseanne, who's not necessarily a social conservative, is a Trump supporter. And you have these ratings, and Rush pointed this out, despite the fact that in the two major markets, L.A. and New York City and the tri-state region, you had terrible ratings there, but yet they had such robust ratings throughout the country, it overwhelmed them. That's symbolic of what's going to happen in the next election, I believe. But there is an outpouring, an uprising among conservative people, just normal people. Who reject this contempt that they have for us.
Yeah, David, I couldn't agree with you more. And here's, though, what the left is reacting to. The similarity, let's say, between a Roseanne, who's likely not a social conservative, people like me and other conservatives, is that we're not conforming. We are not behaving, right? We are not accepting their narrative. That's the threat, especially when women do it. Especially when also it challenges their worldview that you have to look a certain way, you have to go to certain parties, you have to behave a certain way.
People don't remember you are the president of now.
I was.
Back in the day.
And indeed, a generation ago, 20 years earlier this month, I became the president of the Independent Women's Voice Organization, a national conservative organization, but based on policy issues, not partisanship. And so my politics haven't changed. It's about personal freedom, dignity,
Right.
being able to choose our future for ourselves, and being economically free. So these are the things that Roseanne cares about, that middle America cares about, and the left is terrified because personal freedom means that liberalism will not survive.
Last word, David. What about the things Kimmel has, the tapes we just showed at the beginning of this program? What do you make of that? And under the banner of, I guess this is the new Disney.
I'm no prude, but it's pretty disgusting when you consider the level of hypocrisy that the left claims to be outraged about Trump's alleged fidelity, and yet they promote this licentiousness all over their networks, which is what alienates most of America. And they continue to do it because liberalism is their religion. And to answer Tammy's question, I do think they place it above even the good dollar.
Yeah.
They want to promote their agenda so badly that they want to cram it down our throats. They are the ones who are hypocrites. They're the ones promoting sex. They don't care about infidelity. It's an excuse to go after Trump.
Roll.
That's all it is.
All right. Thank you both for being with us. More of our special edition of Hannity right after this.